Tier list. The most unoriginal thing to make a video on. Pick a topic, choose where you would rank these things. Example, best YouTuber? Obviously Morgs. That was a joke. Anyone who made this kind of content is not original at all and should just stop making videos. What's that? Oh, I'm making this kind of video? Well, shit. How's it going, my little Stewies? It is your friend Stewie Friend here to bring you another video. Guys, I'm going to be doing a tier list video. Yes, so original. But anyway, this is a little hard, so you know what? I need some help with this.
Hey guys, MC Ninja38 here. I'm, again, physically with Stewie.
Yes, he is physically with me today, and today we're going to be ranking our favorite Crafting Dead characters. Tier list. We're going to be losing some friends today. Alright guys, so we are on tiermaker.com, and if you guys want to make this your own tier list, I'll leave a link in the description. Mind the banging upstairs. I'm sorry guys. But we're going to start this off with, well, this is how it's going to be ranked. Favorite, they're cool, I don't care, I hate them, or they shouldn't be in it. The way that we're going to do this is we're going to go one by one, put them in the place, and then explain why based off of their character and how they work with us.
So basically, to expand on that, their character, like in the actual series, and then how they work inside of production. So like them as a cast member.
So first, we'll continue a little bit, I guess, or show you an example. So the first one we have right now is Elm. Sleep Elm. He was introduced in Season 2, Episode 1, whenever Stewie's house got blown up, and he was introduced with his best friend, Zog. So, where would you rank him? I would rank him in they're cool.
Actually, I was thinking the exact same thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So, the reason why I think he's in the they're cool list is you never really saw him as like a kind of main character in the beginning. You kind of saw him as like, oh, he's just a blow-off character, but he showed, I guess, improvement since the beginning. His character development, I guess, in another way of saying it.
Yeah.
I mean, how can we really explain why he's a cool character?
Well, he's a cool character because, for one, he was pretty easy to work with, although he never did something, like, blatantly to make us mad or anything, but the reason why he's, like, as a cast member, I don't think he's a favorite is because he did try to, he was one of the people who did try to, like, get us to do what they wanted, rather than letting us, like the main creators, make a story that would have made sense, and I'm not gonna say it like hugely impacted our
relationship.
I wouldn't say relationship, but our series, but it definitely had a small impact on the quality of our series.
I would have to say he was one of the first people that we added in that whenever we were in the need of extra characters. And he stepped up, and he has shown that he's stepped up. So that's why I think he's in the they're cool. Next up, we have Emerald. So Emerald was introduced in Season 2's finale. I don't think he's ever really worked with him.
I've worked with Emerald. I've never worked with Emerald alone.
Okay.
But I've worked with him as a collective of our cast.
Yes. So, Emerald was introduced, like I said, in Season 2's finale whenever Ninja shot at the car and missed Stewie, jumped off by flashbanging us, and we ended up finding him. He was actually a friend of Mike's that Mike just never even introduced us or said anything about him.
Alright, so where would you put Emerald?
Character-wise, he was a friend to Stewie. He was the first one to die in front of Stewie. Production-wise, he can say this too. He delayed it a lot whenever it came down to his end scenes. But he would not play around. I would have to say he was a good part of it, but not a major part of it. I would have to just say I don't care.
This is another one where I agree with you. The reason I say that is because, like, if we were to judge this based off of, like, the first season we had him in there, I would have rated him in the I hate them. But as time progressed, he became less of the problem, and more of the problem became Mike.
Okay, well, we'll get to Mike once we get to him.
Well, yeah, I'm just gonna say that here, that Emerald became less of a problem when it came to production later on.
Okay. You have anything more else to say about Emerald? Because, like I said, he was the first one to die in front of Stewie, so he has had a good mental thing to Stewie. Like, he's impacted Stewie mentally. But other than that, I don't think he's had, like, a significant part.
He always tried to play the hero.
He always did, yes. So, next we have Enox. Now, I don't remember the episode number, but if I can take a guess, it was number 8 after springtime of season 3. We found him in the school, and he was just never really seen after that. We took him to the town, and he worked with Zilla. He was one of Zilla's henchmen, but he never really did anything else other than that. He took us to the town, and then we left him with Ninja and Mike, and he just disappeared.
Alright, so I'm thinking we should put him in the they shouldn't be in it category.
Yeah, he just didn't have a significant part. Now, the way that he worked, he worked fine. He didn't fight with us or anything like that. His character was not significant at all.
He was only seen for one episode, and pretty much his story was the same thing that we watched happen to me.
Yep. He was basically you reincarnated. So, I have nothing else to say about Enox. He's a good guy. Didn't have any big part in the series at all.
But he was good to work with.
Yes, he was. Kimberly. I would have to say that she's in the cool category.
You're gonna say in the cool category?
Yeah. I like her character mainly just because of she's the best friend of Silas. She was introduced in the first season, and she kind of made the what's it called, the cure thing in existence. She didn't make the cure, but she brought it into existence with Silas. She was there before we even met Silas, so she's a part of Silas's backstory. I just have to say she's cool. Also, her work, the way that she worked with us, I can't really say any problems.
Yeah, I mean, I almost want to put her in as a favorite character just because she was like one of the only people who didn't fight us on how we wanted this story to go.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, okay, let me know what's going to happen in each scene, and I'll do my part.
Okay. But we also have to remember, she never showed back up after what? After you betrayed us?
Yeah.
So
that's why she's like in their cool area, is because like she was a short-lived character for us, but she had a bigger story with Silas.
Yes. She basically made her character with Silas's backstory. Now, she's a close I don't care just because she's not really in it anymore. But the fact that she was there since the beginning and she's still somewhat a part of the series, I would have to put her in there cool.
Next is someone else I didn't really work with at all.
Let me just make this simple. Lefted,
Left.
they shouldn't be in it. He left. After the next episode, he had no part whatsoever. He was stuck inside of a cave that Stewie fell in just to meet him, and then never showed up again. And people still to this day ask, where is Lefted? Why do you guys care so much?
So, he stuck true to his name, Lefted Left.
Ah, the joke.
Now we get to play Mike.
Okay, so Mike, you know what? I will let you, because I basically put them where I feel. Where would you put Mike? I'm not controlling this. You put them in the I hate them.
Yes.
Explain.
Well, originally he wasn't a problem. It wasn't until he brought Emerald in that he really became, like, any part of a problem. But, like, further down that road, he would make production so hard. He would, like, even recently, we had, like, the reason we killed him off is because he would not show up.
He actually quit on Christmas Eve.
And we were like, well, we want to keep this story going. He was in my, my point of view last, so I just was like, okay, let's find a way to kill him off. He would turn zombies invisible while we're trying to record a scene. He was literally eating pasta while we're trying to, like, make a scene with him in it.
Yeah.
Working with him was just terrible. He's a terrible person. He's a terrible character.
Are you serious? I wouldn't say he's a terrible person. I wouldn't even say that he's a terrible character. He was with us since you betrayed us, and he was in every episode since then. Now, yes, the way that he would work with us, he made it difficult, but I wouldn't necessarily say he was a bad character. Personally,
No. Another reason why I say he's a terrible person is because he would blatantly cheat in CS:GO and got mad.
Okay, that is your deal. I'm talking about the Crafting Dead, period.
No, this is why I said he's a terrible person outside, because he would cheat on CS and be like, haha, look at me, I'm a legendary eagle. Gets backed. What the I wasn't cheating.
Now I'm gonna have to bleep that. Thanks, Ninja.
You're welcome.
Personally, I would put him in the I don't care, just because he was there. He was a good character. Good character, as in he would do the scene with little to no problems. Besides, in between scenes, whenever we would like make a mistake, he would kill us. That's the big thing that I hated working with him. Was every time that we would fail a scene, like we would stumble over our words or something like that, he would just kill us. Don't you dare look at me like that.
Are you serious?
That's my opinion. I'm keeping it in the
Waited a whole freaking year to get an episode out because he wouldn't show up, and then we finally decided let's kill him off.
We waited a year because, yes, he wouldn't show up, but that was also just because we couldn't get many people on. We also needed Enox. We couldn't get Enox. We needed Silas. Silas was moving. And by the way, the reason why The Crafting Dead is not out yet is because Silas became homeless. I'm sorry, but Silas became homeless. He wanted me to tell you guys this. He's trying his damnedest to try and get back on. But it's hard for him. So just give him a little bit of time.
Right now he's got a little setup, but his internet is kind of bad.
Exactly. So as soon as he's able to get back on his feet in a sense of way, we'll get the series started back up. That's enough of Mike, because honestly I would keep him in I Hate Them, because he was a close I Hate Them / I don't care.
And what really sent me over was him eating pasta while we were actually like making a scene. That was just downright disrespect to us as creators.
Now we're down to the three main characters, I would have to say. Ninja. Where would you rank Ninja?
Let me think about it.
You know what? I think I can answer this. There we go. I'm just kidding. He's obviously a favorite. Obviously. He was there since day one.
Whenever I played a bad guy, I got, like, actual hate comments from Twitter, which means I played a good bad guy.
Yes. Day one, he was with me. He saved Stewie, which kept the series going, let's be fully honest. Just his work ethic. Let's speak of that. He volunteered to be the bad guy. He volunteered. Or I asked him, and he was like, yeah, I'll do it. I don't care. We need a bad guy, I'll play a bad guy. It didn't last long, but...
Yeah, because we found a replacement, and we gave my character a redemption arc.
Yes. So, anything that we would ask Ninja to do, in a second, yes, let's do it. As long as it wasn't kill me off.
Another thing is, I noticed, like, I know there are a couple episodes where everything seems out of whack, like my audio and stuff, but that's, like, just technical errors that everyone eventually has problems with.
Yeah.
But another reason why I kind of put myself into a favorite character is whenever we needed it, I hosted the server.
Yes, that is true. The three main characters, me, Silas, Ninja, we all hosted the server at some time. And I also think Mike did, too. Once. Yeah.
No, if it wasn't us, we were using Aternos, and that was, like,
Yeah.
in the beginning.
And Mike was the first one to ever do a port forward.
That was because I was still a rookie when it came to computers. Then I figured out everything with a router. Figured out how to port forward. Allocated a decent amount of RAM. You know.
So anyway, Ninja is a favorite. Next we have Silas. Is there really any question? Go ahead and put him wherever. Is there really any question? Okay, pull my own joke on him.
No, wait. Here's where he belongs.
Oh my god.
No, I'm kidding. He's obviously right there.
Okay, so Silas. I don't even know where to begin with him. He, I feel like, has had the most, like, I guess, character development.
Most character development, yeah.
He was there since the beginning.
Most experience because he was there before we even started. Because of his series. And, let's be honest, best editor in the game.
Best editor. A few times he has said, let's get on. He's dedicated. He's... obviously, he's a main character. Alright, I have to stop it there. We did not give Silas justice. Because, honestly, I have to say, out of all the characters in The Crafting Dead, he is my favorite. Absolute favorite. And I have a few bullet points that I want to say because we didn't get to say that in the original video. Sorry, Ninja, but when it comes to Silas and him being my favorite character in the series, I have to do him justice. So, this is what I honestly think about Silas and his character and his work ethic. So, this is going to cover up what bad judgment we gave. So let's talk about his series for a second. It first started in the most creative way compared to any other person in The Crafting Dead. It started in a plane crash. Sadly, we don't have footage of it because his channel got hacked. But guys, the beginning of his story was great. He first met Stewie in a building where Stewie handcuffed him and hit him with a nightstick. That was the first time we ever met. And I hate that encounter, but God, you gotta love how he acted in that video. I honestly could not tell whether if he was genuine with it or just acting the scene out. Later I found out that he was just acting the scene out, but god dang, what great acting, Silas. 10 out of 10. He is the leader of the group. You can say that, oh, Stewie is the leader of the group, or Ninja is part leader of the group. No, let's be fully honest here. Stewie is kind of like the Daryl to Silas as the Rick Grimes of the series. It's really hard to say that Stewie is the leader of the group whenever he only listens to Silas's point of view in the series. So, yeah, he is infected too. His character is infected but he got the cure somehow. That is a thing that I actually thought was pretty cool to add to his character. I don't really like the fact that he got infected, but I do like how there is something to fight for with him. So he can't really just go off and never come back. He has a reason to stay in the series. In the beginning, even though Stewie treated him so badly, he helped Stewie find Ninja. It's just part of his character. He can't help somebody or he can't leave somebody who needs help. Just how we first met. He reached out to me. Sadly, since his channel got hacked, I don't have the original comment. But he reached out to me asking if I wanted to collab. That was all it was supposed to be. Just, kind of a crossover kind of thing. He was never supposed to be in the series long term. But we just became good friends, and he became a main character of the series. Now, here's a few things that I have to say is the downside with Silas is he wanted to quit a few times. But the good thing is he would always come to the conclusion that the series was too important to him and his viewers. So he would always put an account of the viewers first, which I think the same. So no matter what Ninja and I say, Silas will always be one of my favorite characters, and he is my favorite character. Second is Stewie, third is Ninja, and so on. That's, you guys will see later on in the tier list how I rank everybody else, but I had to intervene because the way that we ranked Silas and gave our reasons was not giving him justice. So roll on with the rest of the video. But
now we are at Stewie Friends. Should I do the honors?
Sure, go ahead, do the honors. I agree.
No, you're up there.
Okay, so favorite. You know what? Just so I don't seem like I'm egotistical, you explain why I'm on the favorite list. I would have to say, obviously it's me, so I would have to put myself as a favorite. But
Stewie Friend, where to begin? From getting me interested in Minecraft in the first place.
That is true. Guilty.
To, I would say, the most dedicated cast member on the crew. Yeah. He says I'm the most dedicated, but he was the one orchestrating everything, trying to get everyone together. This man was a legend as a diplomat. Anytime there would be any sort of argument between the crew, he was the middleman. He took the hit on both sides. I would honestly play the devil's advocate. As a character, he has had a lot of character development, losing the things he loved, such as the house being blown up, losing friends that ended up getting killed off of the series. Yeah. He was the best at showing emotion as a character. Do you actually believe that? I don't really think I show the best emotion. But I guess that's just myself. I'm my worst critic. Stewie, I would also have to say is, like, I guess he would take part as the leader role. Same as Silas. Silas and Stewie were both leaders. Yeah, I really have nothing else to say. I would have to say I would have the most character development, because I started off in the middle, like, in the very beginning. I had no idea what was going on in the series. And by that, I mean, like, I had no idea that there was a zombie apocalypse. And then, all of a sudden, just in the middle of the series, I finally realized, holy crap, this is life and death. I gotta step up my game. No more child stuff. No more kid stuff. Yes, quote from Walking Dead, but whatever. Now, we're at Doom Guy. We're at Zilla now. So, Zilla, the first and only, or, well, I wouldn't say only. Not the first. He is the first. No, he's not. He's the first bad guy. No, he's not.
Who's the first bad guy?
The first bad guy we tried, we got rid of and didn't even include on this list because he was so terrible.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna bleep his name just because I have not talked to that dude since the day we put him in the series, so I don't even remember him. So yeah, we're not even gonna speak of him. Zilla is the first ever main bad guy. He was introduced since really the beginning, but we never really heard his voice or his name since season 2 or 3. He was the one that blew up Stewie's house. He first lived in, I think, the prison. No, it wasn't the prison. He first lived in, what?
He operated in the big lots.
Yes, he did operate in the big lots. So he lived across the street from Stewie, which made him...
Although that across the street was also across a pond. Or lake, if you want to call it a lake. Although I would call it more of a pond.
Yeah. So, he lived basically across the street from Stewie. And then blew up the house. He operated inside the prison, the gas station, freaking just inside the city, period. He is the main bad guy of the series. Everything bad happening to the group is because of Zilla. And who introduced Zilla? Ninja. Hold up. That's actually wrong. Elm was the first one to introduce Zilla.
I forget how I even met Zilla.
We never made that clear on how you met Zilla. But I would have to say the way that you met him was whenever you and I were separated trying to look for Silas. Whenever he got burned.
I was talking about, like, in the real world.
Oh, I don't remember how we met Zilla. I want to say we met Zilla maybe through Zog?
Through Zog?
I think. I have no clue. Maybe it was Silas. I don't know. But I would have to say, just because of how good of a bad guy he is, you would have to put him in the favorite section, wouldn't you?
Yep. Up there. Look, we have a bad guy in the favorite well, actually, we have two bad guys. Only one gets a redemption arc, though.
Now we're down to Zog. Zog, introduced with Elm, first episode of the second season. He was given kind of an important role with kind of like he got shot in the eye. He was supposed to be like a big character, but then he decided to be the first one to be killed off. And let's see, I guess if you would have to say, he would be the leader between Elm and himself. He was like the leader of those two.
Now, as a person to work with, he was the worst one between the two. He was one of the people who would, like, heavily interject ideas, be like, we should do this, whenever we're like, no, it would make more sense to do this instead. And he'd be like, no, we gotta do it this way, or I'm not gonna be in it. Or I'm not gonna be in this episode.
So you're saying he was stubborn?
He was pretty stubborn. He also, a lot of the time, didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, that's kind of been proven, though. he kind of knows that now. But I want to say, I don't really see it. Like, only time that I've ever seen him hard to work with was nearing the end, whenever he kind of just stopped caring. But ever since then, he's kind of gotten back into it, and I don't know. I never really saw anything bad with his work ethic. He would try and tell us how to do something, but that was always in the form of a suggestion. At least how I saw it.
I mean, I'm not gonna put him in either I hate them or they shouldn't be in it, but I will say he should belong in the I don't care kind of section.
Based off of character-wise, I would have to agree. Based off of how he worked, I would probably put him in the same section as Elm, but character-wise, he somehow got under Elm. Elm somehow became a bigger star in a sense with him. I don't know. I think it's just because Elm was around more than Zog. Now we're down to Bleach, the second bad guy in the series. Or I guess technically third. But the second bad guy in the series. Only seen once, but talked about a lot. He was, I think, the one that actually killed Zog. So he was the first one to kill Zog. He was the first one to kill. How about that?
Alright.
So, introduced one episode. Took Stewie and Emerald captive. Didn't really show much of a threat, though. I don't know. I would have to say, I hate his character, to be fully honest. I would have to put him in the I hate them section, not because of I hate his person. I think I just hate his character.
I mean, I might, like, agree with you if it wasn't for the fact that the reason we kind of hate his character is we didn't really get to know his character, and that's kind of because Mike and the Emerald Rush thing. More Mike. Emerald just went along with what was going on, but Mike was like, we gotta save Emerald, we gotta save Emerald. Guess what? We kill Bleach in 2 episodes.
I don't know if we killed him off. That's the thing. They always said that they killed him, but then he always was in the conversation of, oh, he killed Zog. How does that make sense with our story? They killed Bleach, but yet Bleach killed Zog? I would have to say Bleach's character is still alive. Because of this whole confusion thing, I hate his character, just because you don't know whether or not he's alive or dead. Now, that could be a cool mystery, but nothing is set in stone anymore. I don't know. I just hate his character, fully honest. I would have to put him in the I hate them section. So now we are down to, like, the characters that have only been in, like, 1 episode. We should have put us last or something. But can't do it now. We have Aniket. Now, I think we've only seen him once, but we've played few games with him. So he's an okay guy, I would have to say. Now, there was times that you and him had problems, right?
Yeah.
But we're going to discard those and talk about the way that he worked and his character. Personally, no offense, Aniket, and I know this is going to probably trigger Silas, because he was a part of Silas's crew in the beginning, but honestly, I feel like he shouldn't be in it.
Yeah, I mean, him and I, we worked out our problems, so, that all was outside the series, outside him as a cast member. That was just a personal dispute that we're not going to worry about. That
is settled. That's not why I feel like he shouldn't be in it. I feel like it's just because we just don't know him.
We don't know him as a character. The only time I ever worked with him in the series was the one episode where we were all in the city running on the highway to. I think like Zilla had Silas captive at the gas station.
He had Kimberly and Zog captive in the gas station.
Kimberly and Zog, okay.
So we were doing a rescue mission. I should have named it that. I should have named the episode Rescue Mission or something like that. Not 3 days later. What the hell was I thinking? Anyway, can't do it anymore. But a little bit of backstory with Aniket. He played both Ray and Aniket in Silas's point of view. We killed off Ray. And then Aniket was just never seen again after we got flashbanged in the end of the episode. I don't know. I just don't know Aniket as a character. So I would have to say, just because you don't know his character, he shouldn't be in it. Now, we're down to Caden. Same thing. No disrespect to the dude, because honestly, I don't have anything to judge him on.
And I completely don't have anything to judge him on, because I never worked with him.
It was the same episode that we introduced Aniket, actually. That was whenever we introduced him into the series. Now, he could have been working with Silas, I don't know. we don't know really anything about Silas's series. We know of Silas since we met him. We don't know anything about his series, to be fully honest.
And then there was one. Hazily.
Introduced whenever Emerald and I saved Mike and Silas from the prison after they got whacked across the head in the prison. She stuck with us but didn't talk. Stuck with us until the winter, according to the series. Never seen from again because Silas lost her inside of a snowstorm.
Should we take a break from talking about her to talk about the other cringy character we introduced that episode?
What episode?
That episode. The one where...
Oh, Kaiser?
Yes.
Go ahead, talk about him. I just... If
Okay.
I were to put Kaiser in it, shouldn't be in it. He's never been in it. No one even knows who Kaiser is.
Yeah. So basically, it wasn't actually like released or anything, but we were trying to incorporate extra characters to work under, like currently work under Zilla. So we found a guy on the
servers,
the Crafting Dead servers that we usually play on, and we offered him one of these roles. Now the main problem is like how he tried to portray his character was kind of whack.
Whack. That's a way of describing it. I was gonna say try hard.
Yeah, it was really try hard. He tried doing a special voice and everything. He tried acting like a psychopath, but it just didn't work.
I think I still have footage of that saved on my YouTube channel just as a privated video. I might add some in, but just I may not.
What was that voice?
Whoa, okay. I'll
Turn around.
I'll turn around slowly. No need for anything bad happening. Okay. Whoa. Okay, you don't need to point that gun at me. We can talk this out. What's your name?
Kaiser.
Kaiser, hi. I'm Stewie.
Better think twice about firing that gun.
Better think twice, mate.
Don't even think about it. I will shoot him in the head.
Whoa.
Put your guns down. Put your gun down. We don't want
No,
to get
he
shot.
handcuffed me.
Oh crap!
What the?
Give me.
No.
Now you're all trapped with me. Oh, I'm not he. Oh, Zilla wants to see you guys.
Oh no.
And let's go. Follow me, he friendly. Hurry up.
Hey, you didn't have to shoot him.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Okay,
My leg.
okay, if
My
you're
leg.
gonna capturing us, you might as well not be using that ridiculous voice.
Yeah.
I'll be back. I gotta get supper ready.
Stewie, is there anything you can use?
Lunchtime.
Human flesh?
Try some.
Now, Hazily, I want to say, I wouldn't say they shouldn't be in it. I would say more of, I don't care. Just because, like, when we've had the chance to work with her, she was really easy to work with. Very,
Didn't complain.
yeah, didn't complain, did what was asked of her. And she was, like, I feel like she was kind of trying to build a story, but she just never got to.
Are you sure we're talking about Hazley? Because she didn't really talk. Now, granted, we could have played the character as she was a shy character. She was new to the group, didn't want to intrude or anything like that. But I wouldn't put her in. I don't care. I wouldn't necessarily put her in the. They shouldn't be in it. But I feel like it would be. I hate them not necessarily because of their person, but because of their character. Because you don't know them. But they were in there as a significant part, I guess. not really significant, but like a side character. I wouldn't necessarily put her on I don't care.
The reason why I say I don't care is like with what you said, you don't really know them, so why should you care about them?
Yes, you don't care. You don't know about them, and that was also the mystery behind her character. You don't know them. Who is she? She's not saying anything. Why isn't she saying anything? I like that in a character, but if she were to stay in the series longer than an episode, that's whenever I would probably put her in the I don't care. The fact that she wasn't in a second episode.
I recall her actually talking, though.
Yeah, she was like, I'll stay with you, I guess.
Is that your stuff?
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
And what's your name?
Yeah, what's your name?
Paisley. I'll join you, I guess.
But that was it.
No, she was one of the people that was almost fed rotten meat.
She was
or
one of the
rotten
people
flesh.
that she was one of the person that was gonna be the flesh.
Yeah, that too.
But she was just kidnapped. She was stuck in a cage. We don't know how, why. I guess that's the cool thing about her character, but you don't know anything else about her.
But for me, that's more of a reason for you just to say I don't care. It's like you don't have a reason to hate them. You don't have a reason to like them. It's just like someone you don't care about. You know.
All right, then I guess we'll stick with I don't care. So this is our list. Do you guys agree? Do you guys not? Let us know in the comments section. Yeah, I have nothing else to say. Check out the Stewie Friend merchandise. I'm not wearing it right now, but check it out. It's pretty lit, pretty cool.
Oh Jesus.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to MC Ninja38 and we'll see you in the next video. Stay
Hi, hi.
Series.